Hello, my name is Jonathan Lee, and I'm very excited to be applying for a PhD in economics at NYU this cycle. I would describe my research interests as falling within labor economics, household finance, urban and spatial economics, and I/O. I'm currently a research analyst at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. I work within the microeconomics department, primarily with two teams, the Consumer Credit Panel and the Urban and Regional Studies team. It's been really great working there. I think I'm a lot more prepared for an economics PhD compared to how I was when I came right out of undergrad. And it's really shaped my interest in how market incentives can affect household behavior. Before I was at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, I was an economics and statistics major at Carnegie Mellon University. I also did economics research, though, with a professor at the University of Chicago named Luigi Zingales. I worked on two projects with him, one about the decline of antitrust enforcement in the US, and the other about conflicts of interest within academic economists. And this was a really great experience. He gave me a lot of early exposure to Dr. Zingales' interest in corporate finance as well as I/O. And I think it's shaped a lot of my own thinking and interest in how institutional incentives can shape welfare. And I think all of my research interests are in line with the expertise of the faculty at NYU. And I've also found a lot of the research done by people at NYU to be really interesting. For example, Chris Flynn and his work in labor and household economics, Raquel Fernandez and her work in household formation, and Guillaume Frechette and his work in I/O and game theory. I'd be really interested in staying in the city and coming to NYU and working with the faculty there. I think that after the PhD, my goal would be to pursue an academic research career, either like a tenure track position somewhere or like a research focused position at something like Federal Reserve Bank. But I think beyond everything else, I really want to be a researcher that uses all the tools available at his disposal. What I mean by that is I've spent a lot of time over the last couple of years learning about machine learning, kind of modern machine learning architectures like transformers-based models. I've taken classes on not just machine learning, but text analysis and generative AI, image generation. I think that it's been really good to sort of like temper my expectations and like learn about the weaknesses behind these architectures, but also give me an idea of like where these new methods can complement traditional empirical and econometric techniques. And I think as a researcher, I really want to keep myself as informed as possible and produce the best research possible, which I think can only be done by knowing what's available to me and having as big of a toolkit as possible. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Have a good rest of your day.